Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am the Gifted Oracle and we are back for another video for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And today the reading will be about shadow work and what blockages Aries needs to work on to move forward on their spiritual journey. So again, this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What shadow work needs to be worked on. We're going to start off by using my oracle deck that is made specifically for shadow work and see what messages Spirit has for Aries today. This might not resonate for all Aries. You can check the other videos for different placements in your chart and see if those are more helpful. And if not, maybe when you come back the next time, it'll be your story, your message. So let's get into Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirit, what this Aries needs to work on. What this Aries shadow self needs to work on. All right, one more for Aries. All right. All right, Aries. So the three cards that came out for you are childhood trauma does not define you, hurt people, and you're allowed to grieve. So, Aries, what I'm getting is you suffered a lot of trauma from your childhood. And because of that, you're hurt or you've been hurt. And that's why the hurt people card come out. Like you've possibly hurt other people, but not intentionally though. I don't get an intentional hurt. I get that you don't know how to express your emotions. You haven't dealt with this childhood trauma. You don't realize that you're even traumatized from things that happen in your childhood. And by the you're allowed to grieve card being here, I feel like you could have possibly lost one or both of your parents at a young age. And because of that, you didn't receive the love and the nurturing. And again, this is not for all Aries because just because you lost a parent or both parents, it doesn't mean that the people in your life were not there to give you support and love. But for the Aries people that I'm talking to, these are people that were probably raised by family members that stepped up to the plate to take care of you, but they didn't nurture you. They didn't. They provided the necessities. They provided a roof over your head, food for you to eat, clothes on your back, but they weren't necessarily nurturers. So you learned at an early age how to take care of yourself. You possibly left home at a young age, like in your early mid teens, like maybe 15, 16. You left home and were staying with friends, bouncing from place to place. So you've never really had a sense of love, true love. You had people that tolerated you, people that possibly took care of you because of money, because they were getting money for taking care of you, but not because it was in their heart to do so. And because of that, you feel like you had to grow up early. You had to fend for yourself early. You possibly sought relationships and partners for what they could do for you in terms of you were looking for love in all the wrong places. You were in the streets looking for love. You were in different relationships looking for love. You never really grieved the fact that you didn't have your parents. Or even let's just for okay, and for some of you, you could have had your parents, but maybe because your parents were in the street life, possibly on drugs, alcoholics, for whatever reason, but they were not able to give you the love and attention that you needed. So you, in turn, early on, was fending for yourself. And it's traumatized you because, children are naturally curious and want to know things and want to be taught things. And they long for that nurturing and loving and compassion and all those other things from their parents. But this group that I'm talking to, you did not receive that. And as a result, you never saw what a good example of a good relationship was. Not even just a romantic relationship, but even familial relationships. Like the family that you were with or the family that you encountered, they possibly were always arguing and fighting, and it was always some drama. So that's what you're used to. You're used to drama. You're not used to loving and kind people. So when people are nice to you and loving to you, you shoot them down. You shoot them down because you don't know what that looks like. So you think that people just want something from you. Yeah, you think people just want something from you. And up until now, you felt like you had a happy life. Like you don't really see until recently, you thought you had everything. Like you possibly could have been making money, had a family of your own, all the things that look good on paper. You had it, but there was never an emotional connection for you. Yeah, it was never an emotional connection for you. You were never fulfilled on your own. You've never been emotionally fulfilled. With the sun card being here, I just feel like you thought you were happy. You thought you had everything you wanted. You thought that because you came from not having anything as a child to now having it all, like to having people admire you and look up to you, and people do things for you, and you thought that was love. But in actuality, these people were using you. These people were using you for what they could get from the situation. It was like, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. So you were possibly buying people things, letting them drive your cars, just doing whatever. And in turn, they was talking some good game to you. Like, yeah, um, I love you, or like basically you're giving them for material gain. They're saying what you want them to say. They're saying what you want to hear or what you need to hear. But these people that you've surrounded yourself with, they don't really love you, and you're too blind to see it because you haven't allowed yourself to grieve for the childhood that you haven't had. You have not healed that part of you. You're still that little kid that seeks the validation and the love and the affection and things from your family. Yeah, it's time for you to heal from that. It's time for you to heal, and it's time for you to make healthy connections, healthy partnerships. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you need to work on this trauma that you haven't dealt with. You need to, yeah, you need to protect your peace. You need to find peace and you need to protect it. You need to get away from all these leeches, all these people that are around you that are pretending to love you, pretending to care for you just for their gain. And it could be, it don't even have to necessarily be money. It could be just for the status. Like you could be a person that's well known in your community. You could be just somebody of high stature, or on paper, like I said, on paper, you look good, you're handsome, you're pretty, you just on the outside looking in, you're the whole package. And this person or people that you're involved with, they like your persona, but not you, not your soul, not the actual person that you are. And at first you were okay with that, but now as you're going through this spiritual awakening, you're no longer okay with it. You're like, I know it's something more out there for me that's going to fulfill me emotionally. I know it's healthy connections out there. Like, I don't want to play this game no more. I don't want to put on this facade anymore. I want somebody that's going to care for me and love me for me and not the things that I can provide. I'm done trying to find my happiness that I lost so many years ago. It's like when you lost your parents, a part of you broke, a part that up until now you didn't feel the need to fix, or you didn't feel like it was broken. You didn't know it needed to be fixed until now. And now that you're starting to awaken to that, it's time for you to go inside and go back to that place that broke you when you first felt broken and make peace with it. It's okay to grieve. And that's what you need to do, Aries. You need to go back to that time when you first felt broken, when you felt like, even if you were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, go back to that place where you first started to feel broken, and you need to work up from there. Because right now, mentally, you're that age that you became broken. And until you help that child that needs to grieve, allow that child to grieve, you're not going to be able to move forward, Aries. And I'm sorry, I know these readings are kind of deep because we're talking about shadow work. So if I triggered anybody, I do apologize. But these are messages that you all need to hear so that you can move forward in your spiritual journey. So again, this reading was for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope it gave you some clarity. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one.